Hey guys, thank you for coming back to my channel. This is a series I like to call Sit with Brit. So my name is Brittany and welcome if you are new here especially. I am just so excited for you to be here. I love to make videos on here all about like mom life, pregnancy right now. I'll do postpartum videos soon, and I just really like to share our life on here. I try not to share so much of my daughter. I'll kind of talk more about that maybe in later videos on like my reasons why. Hopefully you can feel inspired and just empowered, especially if you are pregnant right now. This obviously from the title of this video, it's all about pregnancy and how to prep for your labor. And I just want to have these sit downs to be very casual. You can grab your tea or your snacks, your coffee, whatever you like. Without further ado, I will just kind of walk you guys through like things that I've been doing in my pregnancy, especially this third trimester. I am currently 34 weeks pregnant now, and it's coming quick. As mentioned, I am doing a home birth for this birth, and at least that's the plan. You know, things could always change, but that is the goal. And I did have a home birth for my daughter Aria as well. So just going through that experience, it was so beautiful, so wonderful. I know everybody has a different walk when it comes to their pregnancy and their labor, and I just want to recognize you if you had a hard labor, if you had a hard pregnancy. I see you. I want to just let you know I'm so sorry you had to go through all that. But with that being said, I think it's so important that we just look at both sides, that both can happen. Like, you can have an extreme hardship pregnancy, but you can also have a wonderful one. And I think it's good that we can realize both can happen. Anyways, let's get into the video. And I think I have like 10 points for you guys. So the first thing I would definitely say has made the biggest impact for me has been to think of this Labor Day as a marathon. Because it's a big day, you guys. It's crazy, it's intense. I'm not in any sports right now. I used to play college sports and really enjoyed that, but I definitely had to taper down a little bit. So I'm not doing my regular runs, intense workouts as I would usually. But I've just been going on walks, and I've been doing some squats and some lunges and a lot of leg works, and stretching has been amazing. So just find things that you really enjoy. Biking and swimming as well, that has been so beneficial in my pregnancy. And it just, again, it makes you stronger. It gives you that endurance, that strength to know you can do this. Try finding movement in your day, and it does not have to be crazy burpees or plyos or anything. And then stretching, I did mention a little bit of that. That has been so impactful. It makes me know I can feel more open down there. Everything just flows better and everything, and it just feels really good. It can also relieve back pain, pelvic pain, and it can also prevent swelling. And I have not had any swelling in this pregnancy. I'm very thankful for that. I don't know if that's a genetic thing, but I do know, I have heard like working out and getting some sort of movement in every day can definitely decrease the swelling. The second thing, I still am learning about all this, but my pelvic floor, you guys. I used to not know anything about pelvic floor. I am just learning a lot more about it in this pregnancy. I didn't really learn about it at all for my first pregnancy because I was doing a lot of intense workouts. I was very more strong in my body and everything physically. And I just feel like I had a strong pelvic floor, but I can tell it's sore down there. I'm in a little bit more pain. It's just uncomfortable down there, and I'm not doing that intensive workouts now, and I just wonder if I might have a weaker pelvic floor. So I don't know. I'm debating on looking into physical therapy. I've heard that can really be beneficial, but I have been doing something called spinning babies and just pelvic floor exercises in general. So that could be an option. Like if you are feeling that way too, just very sore, honestly, I have some resources down below I can link so that you can get some ideas, especially the spinning babies. You can also do things like Kegels. So I don't know, I'm torn with the Kegels because I've learned that I don't know if it is that effective because you're not actually putting weight on your vagina. You're basically just lifting without weights like this. And it could be beneficial if you've never done it before. Like I did it for Aria's pregnancy, and I do think that did help. but I don't know if it helps that much because you're not putting weight on it. Think about like when you are strength conditioning, when you are lifting weights, that's when you build muscle. And so I've heard of this also, I've heard of this thing called vaginal weightlifting where you use jade eggs. I don't know. It sounds very hippy dippy and like something that I don't know, I'd be afraid to do because I don't want to put anything up there like that. I'm so bad with like tampons even, you guys. So I don't know. Personally, I don't know if I do it, but there is that option if you want to look into that route. I can link that down below as well. The third thing that I have definitely been doing in my pregnancy more lately has been the spinning babies, like I mentioned. So the spinning babies also really great for pelvic floor, but it also is very beneficial to position your baby so that the head can be in the optimal position, like right, so it can get deep down where your vagina is, and it'll just help everything get out a little smoother. So I don't know though if you are breech, I don't know if this is a good idea. Always check with your health provider, your midwife, your OBGYN, like whoever is taking care of you, like make sure to consult with them first before making any changes in your pregnancy. An exercise ball has been really beneficial as well, especially lately my back has been hurting a little bit more, and an exercise ball, it'll really help you just have that good posture and really prop you up nicely so you're not putting so much strain on your back, and it's just a very relieving feeling. So I recommend that, and I also recommend, if you can, to use an exercise ball for your labor. I did that for Aria's pregnancy, and that was amazing because it's like you're squatting, but you don't have to like hold the squat and just stay there. Like you can be bouncing, and it's more enjoyable. So. And another thing that you can try to do is deep set squats. I've been trying to do that at least 2 times a day. I don't always remember, but try to hold it for a couple minutes if you can. And that again will position the baby more so that it's downwards more. So the head isn't just to the side, it's really facing down. Also remember to fuel your body well, and this can look different for everybody because I'm not saying you gotta eat salads every day, especially if you are not craving them. I was not craving them for my first trimester especially, so just remember that you're gonna have a lot of cravings, especially your first trimester. I think for me, it was so hard for me to eat healthy my first trimester. I will be honest, I had a lot of junk food my first trimester, but I don't know, I'm learning more about it, and I think like when I'm craving sweets, I will try to grab for a fruit instead, or a date with almond butter or something, or I don't know, just a healthier snack maybe would be a good idea. Try to get creative in the kitchen, but again, like if you are feeling so nauseous and throwing up all the time, like I totally feel you. It sucks, but just do the best that you can to try to get, your greens in. If that means having a shake every day or a smoothie, maybe that is an option for you. Doing a protein powder shake could work. Doing stir fries has been amazing. Hot dishes or casseroles, if that's what you call them. Just think about the foods that you really, really want to eat right now and try to make them a little healthier. And Pinterest is your best friend, you guys. Yeah, and lately I've just been trying to eat more whole foods, like more, especially plant-based whole foods, like beans and rice and legumes and nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, of course. Yeah, like tofu, I don't know. It's just, it feels a lot more gentle on my body, I feel like, especially when I'm not having so much greasy foods, processed foods, sugary foods. So that really goes a long way too. So just try to incorporate that, especially the plant-based proteins, because I just feel like in America, especially, we maybe just don't get as much as we think we do. Yeah, so I carry this every day, everywhere with me, literally. It doesn't hold that much water, but I just recommend taking a water bottle wherever you go. It's so beneficial. Like water is just amazing, you guys. And I think this can help prevent swelling as well. And I don't know, when I feel hydrated, I just feel more awake. I feel like I can move better. I feel more flexible. It's just amazing. Yeah, and it's free. Like, why not? You don't have to have a gallon a day. Don't be crazy like that. Just, half, what is it, half your body weight in ounces is usually what they recommend. The one thing that I definitely want to do more of in this third trimester is focusing on my mental state, especially lately, because I think it was 2 nights ago, I was just stressing out so much about my labor. I don't know, it was just on my mind. I could not fall asleep because I was just thinking, oh, it's gonna be so painful. Oh, like when I was pregnant with Aria, it just was horrible. And even though it wasn't, but like I was just letting those thoughts come in and making me feel like I can't do this and I'm not strong enough and I'm, is this pain ever gonna end kind of feeling. And I don't know, I had so much peace though in the morning, and I prayed a lot about it, and I just feel like God has just given me a lot of strength from that, because I just, I know He's gonna be with me. He's always with us, and I think the biggest thing we can do is pray. We can always be praying and knowing He's created our bodies to be able to do this thing, to be able to bring life into this world, and to be able to push a baby out of our vagina. Like, that's amazing. So yeah, it's so cool. So this might sound a little weird because there's something called hypnobirthing, but I did that with Aria. I just listened to this podcast, and I liked it. I think it was really good because it just gives you positive things to think about. It really lets you know you are in control, you can do this, you are powerful. But I don't know, I've been listening to others about this too, their opinions about hypnobirthing, like from Christians. And it can sound a lot like the power is within you, you are the creator of your own destiny, and very it's just very worldly to me, and I wanted something more Christian based. So I realized there is something called Christian hypnobirthing. I downloaded the app, but I haven't really been listening to it yet, but I'm really excited to listen to it because it just sounds like, you are reminded all the time that God is the one in control. He's the one that's going to get you through this. He's the one that makes you strong. Instead of hearing things like, you are strong because you are strong. I don't know. Like, no, we are strong because God has made us, and He's created our bodies to be able to do this kind of thing. And it always goes back to God and how He's made us. And I just think that's so powerful, and it's such a good reminder, because I would rather rely on God than myself, because I know I can only get so far, because I am deep down, we are all sinners, and I'm weak, and I can't do this on my own. I need my Lord and Savior Jesus, and I think that's a great thing. Like, we need to rely on Him in all things, and especially for your labor. So just keep that in mind, hold on to that, and yeah, you'll get through it. And then there's just a couple other things that I've been listening to during this pregnancy. Has been the Happy Home Birth podcast. I've probably talked about it in almost all my videos because it's just so good, you guys. I love it so much. You just get so much inspiration, so much. It's just like that feeling of, oh, should I be doing a home birth? Is this a good idea? But then when you listen to it, you're like, yes, I need to be doing this. This is good. The lady that runs the podcast. She is a midwife herself, and she's just very, very professional in what she does, an expert in her field, and it's just very fun to listen to. And then you get to listen to other stories and other laborers and other birth stories that are positive experiences. And I just think that's so important too, that we can listen to positive experiences, positive stories, and know this is normal. Like, pregnancy, labor, it's all normal. And I just think in our society, we've kind of conditioned ourselves to think it's a scary thing. It's a horrible thing to be pregnant, but it's not. It's so beautiful. And again, though, like, I know it can be horrible at the same time, especially if you are sick for the whole thing. I feel you on that. And I'm so sorry you have to go through that. But again, you can also look at, you are still bringing life into this world, and it's gonna be so worth it at the end. It's still beautiful. And then a couple books I've been reading too has been Birthing from Within. That one has been pretty good. It's pretty big, so I'm not gonna be able to read the whole thing. And then the Ina May, I will put that one down below too, but that one has been really good too. And then just watching positive birth stories on YouTube. Honestly, I've probably watched, like, I don't even know, so many, but they're just so fun to watch, I think. And again, it just lets you know so many other women have done this before. I can do this too. Why am I any different? Like, you know, of course there could always be that chance that something could go wrong and you'll have to go to the hospital. That's, you know, that's just what will have to happen then. But just seeing that other women can do this at home too is just so powerful and just such a good reminder that you can do this too. So the other thing that I've definitely been trying to be more mindful about is whenever I'm doing a workout, like if I'm doing lunges or squats or like especially my big leg workouts, I will try to practice being in pain. I know that sounds weird, but like at least practice being uncomfortable, you know? So that means try to relax yourself and remember you can be in control of that. Because something I heard, this is from Milena Ciciotti. I love her. She has such a good channel. But she was saying when you relax your face, I don't know where she got it from, but it makes sense. Like when you relax your face, you're relaxing your uterus, you're relaxing your vagina, you're relaxing your pelvic floor. Like everything's just more open down there. And man, I wish I would have known that for Arya's birth. I feel like it would have gone a lot quicker if I knew to just relax. Like something I told my husband is tell me to relax. Make sure to tell me relax your birthing muscles. Like, you know, just do it because it's gonna be so beneficial. And that can start with your face though. Like just think about how are you relaxing your face? You know, especially when you're doing something more intense, maybe you're doing cardio or, you know, lunges or something, like, you know, you're not in the most comfortable state, but you can still just relax it all. And even when you're stressing out about something, just mentally, like try to just relax your face because that brings you so much power, I think, because it just lets you know you're in control of how you can react with your muscles. And I just think that's so cool. Like we can either choose to be tense and sometimes we don't even notice, like, you know, just being mindful about it. But then we can also choose to just relax. And it's so nice. I was reading in another book that you can take like ice cubes and you can practice like just squeeze them and you can just practice being in pain that way because it's gonna be very cold and very uncomfortable. But try again to just relax your face and relax your whole body if you can. And that, you know, once you get to labor, you can kind of remind yourself of that. I also heard there's like this comb thing. I got this one from Sarah Therese. But she said like just take a comb and you know, there's some scientific thing with it, like it's an acupuncture. And I can maybe put a little description down below that would make more sense because I'm not very scientific, but basically, you know, you're just clutching onto the comb, especially during labor, and it kind of gives you something to focus on again. It gives you something to control and know, okay, I'm gonna focus on holding this, so it kind of takes away from maybe the pain of your labor. And I just think that's so cool. And again, you can try when you're doing that to just relax. And I know easier said than done, but I just think that can go such a long way if we can just try our best to control the controllables. I probably should mention what I'm drinking because this is my next point. So I've been looking more into red raspberry leaf tea. This is the drink. This is the drink, you guys. Everybody talks about this when you're pregnant, like drink raspberry leaf tea, and it's just so beneficial for you, and especially for prepping for labor. And I don't know. I hope it's working. I really like it. But so here's what it's supposed to do. It says it's supposed to tone and strengthen up your uterus and ripen up the cervix. It can shorten your labor and possibly be less painful. It can also help with postpartum healing. And I'm guessing that would mean like drink it after you have your baby. So, I mean, why not try it out? You know, it's kind of like the essential oils thing. It's like, does it really work? But I'm gonna try it. And I did drink this for Arya's pregnancy, and I did have a pretty good labor with her. Like it wasn't even that bad. And I did dilate pretty quickly. So I would say give it a shot, especially if you like tea. My next thing that I've been doing more of is eating dates every day. And I have heard they've done a study on this. They've compared women who had dates in their pregnancy and then compared women who didn't have dates, and there was a big difference, I guess, in like their cervix, and it's supposed to soften your cervix again. So it's kind of like the raspberry leaf tea, but just be careful because dates, they have a crazy amount of sugar in them, so just don't want to have like 10. You know, I probably have like 1 to 2 a day because they're just really sweet, but I love putting them in almond butter, or you can do peanut butter. Like, it's such a good treat, you guys, and then you don't have to feel like, I don't know, like it's just so much nicer to just have a date and know I'm feeling my body well instead of going for that ice cream or cookie or something. But of course, I have been eating ice cream and cookies, and no shame. Well, something that I tried to do for Arya's pregnancy that I don't know, I'm still on the fence with doing this one for this pregnancy, but it would be the perineal massages. And I don't know, you guys, I'm so squirmish with myself touching down there, and like I said, I can't do tampons, and I can't even do the Diva cup. This was like a couple years ago, but like when I tried putting in the Diva cup, I fainted. And I don't know, I'm just always a little afraid to like touch down there myself. Like, obviously sex is fine, but like, I don't know, just for me personally, I always get so lightheaded. And does anyone else struggle with that? I don't know. I feel like not many people do, but I get really sweaty and really hot and really, yeah, lightheaded and dizzy whenever I'm trying to massage down there and everything. So I don't know, but you can look into that. You can take baths while you do it. I heard that's like the most comfortable way to just, yeah, you're just prepping things up down there, and you're making things softer. And especially if you use obviously use like some sort of lubricant, use an oil, carrier oil, essential oil. I think it was lavender oil would be a good one. Evening primrose oil, that's a good one to look into. I might look into that to take orally, so there is that option. But yeah, for me personally, I just don't know if I can do the perineal massage. It's just been, I mean, since I fainted, that was probably like 5 years ago now, so I'd probably be okay, but I don't know, just the thought of that day still scares me, because I'm like, I just don't ever want to do that again. That was horrible. So, but to each his own. I'm curious though if you've ever tried the menstrual cup, because I feel like people don't talk about it as much, and it's, I don't know, it's like I never knew about it till that day. So the next thing kind of ties in again with treating this Labor Day as your marathon, and you want to get, you know, your movement in, you want to get your food in, and then you want to get your rest in. And I've been doing so bad at this lately though, you guys, because I've been having terrible acid reflux, especially at night. And I've been struggling because I'm such a snacker. I want to have food at night, and especially like because Tony and I like to watch a movie or watch a show at night, and we'll usually have like chocolate or some sort of snack. I love snacking while I'm watching a show. I don't know what it is. Do you guys feel that way too? Like whenever I'm watching a show, it's like it's not enough for me to just drink water or drink tea even, but I've been trying to do more of that lately because I know it'll help me for my sleep. And especially if I eat after 8, because I'm gonna go to bed around 10, I definitely need to not be eating at that time. I think that'll really help. So yeah, but I have been taking this heartburn medication. Do not remember what it's called. Famotidine, I can't remember the name. It'll relieve you pretty well. You just have to take it before your meal. But yeah, if I don't eat after 8, I'm usually pretty good, and then I can actually get a full night's rest in, because yeah, recovery, you guys, like getting your rest in will help so much and just help you feel good every day, like have that energy and have that strength every day. And it's just so important, especially for that Labor Day, to just feel well rested. It's also writing out a plan, like how do I really want this labor to go? Do I want it to feel very painful? Like, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say that anymore. It'll be intense, but it'll be wonderful. You know, I wanna keep telling myself that, because I just think, especially if you are pregnant, it's so important to just feed your mind positive things right now. And, you know, even praying like, Lord, just get me through this. And if it can be even just like 4 hours long 4-hour active labor, that would be wonderful. Like, obviously, it doesn't always happen when we pray, but he always answers us. And I just think it's so important to be bold in our prayers and to know, what you put in your mind too, like what you are thinking about can be an outcome, and it can truly be possible. So I just think it's really important to write that plan out, even if it doesn't go exactly how you want, or maybe it doesn't go anywhere how you want. Like, just I would say just have something ready. And I think that can just help you feel more confident for it too. But again, just letting yourself know, if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to, it's going to be okay. I'll still see my baby and everything will still be beautiful. It'll still be a beautiful experience. Well, I think we are done with our Sit with Brit. Thank you all again for joining. And if you got anything out of this, please comment that down below if you've learned something from it. Or your own ideas, like your own things that maybe you're doing right now to prep for your labor. I love just getting more ideas from people and knowing there's no one size fits all. Like, there's no cookie cutter way of doing things. Like, everybody's so different. Everybody's preferences are different. And if you're doing a hospital birth or a birthing center, like, I want to know about that. You should comment that down below, and I want to support you in your journey. Anyways, if you guys liked this video, please like and subscribe. Why not? The bell's right there. But seriously, you guys, thank you so much for being here. It means so much to me, and I'm just so thankful to have this channel. It's just been a blast. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. But you guys take care and stay golden, my friends.
Laurel high fives for miles in spring, rainbow trout and